cycle 3, week 5 memory work. We're gonna start with timeline. So we have Judah, we're gonna put our pinky finger up and scoop it to make a J. Judah falls to Babylon. Temple, we're gonna do a T, which is your fist with this finger over the thumb. And then you're gonna make it like a rock, and it's a church on the rock. So a temple's on the rock. Temple destroyed. Babylon falls to Persia. We're doing our P hand. And then Jews return and rebuild. We're gonna pretend like we're building with our hands. The temple, we do our T on the rock. And then there's gonna be, people are gonna be like clapping, so we're gonna celebrate like by going like this. And then Roman Republic is Roman Republic. Golden, we sign gold. We point to our ear and then we wiggle our Y. Golden Age of Greece. For Peloponnesian Wars, they took place in Greece, so we're gonna make a G, and we're gonna make like the Greek helmet, and we're gonna go to the nose piece. So this is the Peloponnesian Wars. Persia, make your P hand, falls to Alexander, make an A, so it's a fist with your thumb up. And then we're gonna sign great, Alexander the Great. So one more time. Judah falls to Babylon. Temple destroyed. Babylon falls to Persia. Jews return and rebuild the temple. Roman Republic. Golden Age of Greece. Peloponnesian Wars. Persia falls to Alexander the Great.
Judah falls to Babylon, temple destroyed. Babylon falls to Persia, Jews return and rebuild the temple. Roman Republic, Golden Age of Greece, Peloponnesian Wars. Persian falls to Alexander the Great.
Okay, now we're gonna move on to, for counting, we're gonna be doing 9s and 10s, and we're just gonna count while we do different exercises. And for history, we're learning about, it says, tell me about George Washington. So in 1789 in New York, George Washington, we're gonna salute him, because he was a general in the war, was granted the full powers. We're going to show our muscles for powers, the full powers and responsibilities of the President of the U.S. Constitution. So for the Constitution, we're going to unroll our Constitution and read it. Okay, so let's do that really quick.
Tell me about George Washington. In 1789 in New York, George Washington was granted the full powers and responsibilities of the presidency by the U.S. Constitution.
In 1789 in New York, George Washington was granted the full powers and responsibilities of the presidency by the U.S. Constitution. In 1789 in New York, George Washington was granted the full powers and responsibilities of the presidency by the U.S. Constitution.
Okay, now we're going to move on to Latin. So Latin, we are... okay, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's not too bad. So the first one is facta sunt, or sunt, and it's, which means were made. So we're just gonna sign language make. So pretend almost like you're doing like those Parmesan cheese grinders and you're making something. Factum est is was made. So we're just gonna do the sign for was, it's in the past, and make. So the first one was facta sunt, which is were made. Factum est, was made. And then we're going on to Missus, which is sent. So we're gonna do ASL sent, which is just one hand on the other, and it's you're sending it. Sending it. Just pretend like you have a piece of paper and you're sending it. Sent. Comprehenderant, which is comprehend. We're just gonna do the sign for understanding. So you just put your hand and you flick your pointer finger up by your head. And then for lucet is shineth. We're gonna do the sun. So we draw a circle in the sky and we do the sunshine. Circle, sunshine. And then for wheat, which is there was, we're gonna point there and sign was. So one more time, I'm not gonna do it with the music because the song is very fast. The facta sunt was were made. Factum est was made. Missus sent. Comprehenderant, comprehend. Lucet shineth. Wheat there was. And then science. What are the 5 senses? This is super easy. Sight, we point to our eyes. Hearing, we point to our ears. Taste, we point to our mouth. Smell, we point to our nose. And touch, we're just gonna do like sticky fingers. Touch, touch, touch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 main senses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 main senses. Sight, hearing, taste, smell, touch. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 main senses.
Okay, English is, we're gonna do the 2 B's. So in the song, they're not gonna say the parts of the verb, but it helps to know them. So to be. So just for the 2 B's, we're gonna do to, and then the ASL for be. The song is just gonna go to be, and then am, are, is the next one, and we're gonna point from our lips forward. Am, are, is. And then for was, were, we're gonna assign was. For being, we're gonna assign be, and then because it's a present participle, which is a verb plus ing, we're gonna ring our bell. And then for the past participle is been, we're gonna assign all done. We've already been there, all done. So the infinitive form of to be is to be. So to be. The present form is am, are, is. Am, are, is. And the past form is was, were. The present participle is being. And the past participle is been.
Let's conjugate a verb. Let's conjugate to be. To be. Am, are, is. Was, were. Being, been. Let's conjugate a verb. Let's conjugate to be. To be. Am, are, is. Was, were. Being, been.
Okay, so that's it for English. And then last is geography. So Lansing, Michigan, we're just gonna put an L for, we're doing an L for lake. Lansing, Michigan, because Michigan's around the Great Lakes. For Columbus, Ohio, we already did a boat for Columbia, South Carolina, so this time we're gonna do a C for Columbus. Indianapolis, Maryland, we're gonna sign Indian, which is our F hand, by our mouth and by our forehead. And then for Frankfort, Kentucky, they have the Kentucky Derby every year, so we're just gonna ride a horse. And then for Nashville, Tennessee, that's Music City, so we are going to play our guitar. So we'll do that one really quick.
Michigan, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana, Frankfort, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, Lansing, Michigan, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana, Frankfort, Kentucky,
And that is it for this week's signs.